Hi guys, good morning. It's Becky and I am here to talk to you about what it is exactly that a coach does. And that seems like such a very broad topic, but it's one of my favorites because there is so much um, flexibility when it comes to being a coach. When I signed up, I was so afraid, one of the things that I thought, because we always assume, um, was there would be requirements, right? And there aren't. So, what I love most about what we do as coaches is we are our own bosses. And that being said, we can kind of make this and take this opportunity and focus on our favorite parts and really make it our own. So that being said, everybody's going to kind of do their own thing and mold it into a good representation of themselves. But I think that what brings us all back together are our daily actions. So I would say the first one, and we like to call it being a product of the product. So as a coach, we are doing the programs, we are following meal plans, and we are drinking Shakeology or maybe something from the performance line. I know myself currently right now I'm doing Insanity Max 30. I am drinking Shakeology and I'm also drinking Energize and Recover. And I've never felt better. I'm just going to throw that in there. So what that means is, we're walking the walk, we're talking the talk. So we're in there every single day. We're human too, right? Sometimes people think they're not ready to be coaches because they haven't, completed a program or whatever. For me, I like to think that most people want to know that their coaches are in the trenches with them. They're putting in the work every single day. They're cleaning up their eating. They're meal prepping. They're doing all this stuff just like them. We're not perfect. And I know that everybody's motivated by different things. Me personally, if I see somebody at their goal weight, and is that even possible? Like your goal weight, like, are you ever at a goal? Because once you hit it, then you set another one. Okay, tangent. But that doesn't motivate me because in my head, I'm like, oh, it must be so easy for them. I want to know that I don't want to say struggling, but I want to know that you're doing this, you're putting in the work, and you're doing it too. Like, I like that camaraderie. I like knowing that I'm not in this alone. So being a product of the product. As a coach, sometimes you're going to have challengers that want it to be more of a one-on-one relationship, and then sometimes we are in a group aspect. And we're going to go into challenge groups later on in the sneak peek, so I'm not going to go too far into it. But overall, it's our job as a coach. I should say I consider it our job to meet people where they're at. Sometimes people like that group situation or like interaction, camaraderie. Sometimes people want to keep it more one-on-one, more direct. Sometimes people aren't on Facebook. Sometimes people don't want to use the challenge app. Sometimes, whatever it is, you just got to meet people where they are. And that's part of our job, is to see where they're at, see how we can best work together, and invite them. You want them to be comfortable, right? Because they're starting something new, and that's always scary. Remember, first day of school, scary. First day of challenge group, scary. And so making the decision to start something new is scary enough. So I like to, when inviting them, kind of chat out like what they want to do. And sometimes when people say, what is a coach? I like to say, like, I'm an accountability expert. So I am going to talk to you about your goals, and I'm going to make sure that we lock arms and we get there together. So whether that's walking or locking arms and running at 100 miles per hour, we are 150 million% going to hit your goals if you put in the work. And I feel like that's where a lot of times people fall off in this whole health and wellness thing. And I think that's a big differentiator for us, is people feel like they're in this alone, and we knock it out of the park in this department because that's what we do. We motivate you, we help you, we, listen to you. And a lot of times people don't have that. So that is, what I think is our biggest thing. And we also do personal development. Now, if you're anything like me, you probably rolled your eyes. I did too. When I started, I probably didn't do it as, okay, fine, I didn't do it, whatever, for a very long time, because I'm a fitness instructor and I was a collegiate athlete, and I feel like I know what to do. Like, I'm here helping people. Like, I don't need help myself, and my God, I was so wrong. Now I am a personal development junkie. The minute that I am alone in the car or alone at home without the kids or husband, I listen to some personal development. It is sometimes business related, and sometimes it's more get out of my own head way. And truthfully, I really genuinely believe that it has changed my life. Because, life is tough. Parenting is tough. Working is tough. Everything's tough. And so we are in a very emotional job. And like, if we aren't, it's very hard to fill someone else's cup. What's this? What's the quote? I'm butchering this. You can't pour from an empty cup. So if you're running around on empty and you're not really feeling yourself or whatever, it's very hard for you to be that person for other people. And I've found that, to bring it all full circle, when I am treating my body good, when I am fueling my body good segue, and when my mind's right? My mindset, positive affirmations, choosing what gets my energy based off of how it makes me feel. All of that fruity stuff that I used to think was fruity, and it's really not. When all of that stuff is really dialed in, I've never felt better. I've never been a better wife, a better mom, better coach, better fitness instructor. So all of those things, I think, only happen when I take the second to realize that I'm worth it. So, did that just come full circle? So what do you do as a coach? We're accountability experts, and we're friends. And at the end of the day, this job, I always put it in quotations because it's not a job. It doesn't feel like a job. It's all about relationships, because I genuinely want to meet new fit friends. I want to reconnect with old friends. And if I have the ability to help them become a better version of themselves, mentally, physically, and financially, it's just like mind blown. Oh, and one other thing that probably you can get from there, but is replicating it and building a team. Not necessary, and we'll get into it later on, but if you choose to do so, like for me, building my team and being a part of this whole team has just been more than I could ever imagine. I personally like to cultivate leaders on my team. I want to help them replicate what I've done in my business. So I like to, training and developing training for my team to feel confident, to feel comfortable in sharing the opportunity. That's what I thrive on, because I think seeing my team win, whether it's, physically or financially, is the best feeling in the entire world. So taking all that, being a product of the product, inviting friends to, maybe join us from a fitness standpoint in a challenge group or the one-on-one, or to join our team and help them with that, and then working on ourselves. So all of those long-winded answers hopefully gives you a little bit more insight into exactly what it is we do as a coach. I'm excited you're all here.